our family was so huge in itself that, you know, when we got together at the park, it was a reunion.
The lady I interviewed today, I forgot to have her sign the back. I'll get it later.
Which lady?
I'll get it. I'll get it. Okay. You know how it is when you eat.
I know, everything slows down.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
My name is Ada Woodson Adams, and I'm here today at Armco Park in Zanesville, Ohio. This is 26th of August, 2006, and I'm interviewing today Carol
Moses.
Carol Moses. And Carol, where are you from?
Originally Zanesville, Ohio.
Okay. And would you give me your whole name, including your maiden name?
It would be Carol Sue Male Moses.
Okay. And where were you born, Carol?
1938
Okay. And where?
in Zanesville.
And who are your parents?
Myrtle Jane Kennedy Male, and Sydney Male.
Where were they born?
They were born in West Virginia.
Okay. Where was your father born?
He was born in Philippi or Purse-Glove, West Virginia.
How do you spell that last name? I think. How you
Mayle, Male.
The name of the
Purse-Glove,
city.
I think, just like it sounds, I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And where was your mother born?
She was born in Philippi.
Philippines. Did you ever go to Philippines as a child?
No, I didn't. I had sisters that lived out there, married and lived out there, but I never was in Philippi, just through Philippi on my way to North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did your mother and father ever talk about Philippines and what it was like?
Mom did.
What did she have to say?
It was a mining town, and it was a hard life. And she had my brother when she lived out there. Then she moved to Zanesville and met my father. And they married and went on to have 13 more children. Yeah.
So altogether you have 13 brothers and sisters?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. And they were all born in, where were they all born?
Zanesville.
Except for the one brother.
Yes, yes.
What kind of work did your father do?
He was a coal miner.
When
And
he
then, pardon?
in Zanesville?
No, in West Virginia and down the country, in Morgan County. And then he worked for Burnham Boilers, a corporation in Zanesville until he retired.
And your father, you said, worked in a coal mine in Virginia
Yes.
and down in Morgan County. Can you tell me something about that?
Oh, when I found out about Daddy working in a coal mine, it was when they said they were going to give the black lung benefits. And you had to have 3 people that knew him to verify that he actually worked in there because there were no records. It was around Santoy, Ohio, and down around Morgan County. Yeah.
Did your father name any of the other miners who worked, say, down around Santoy?
Yeah, let's see, there's Bill Mail. It could have been a cousin or distant cousin. I'm not really sure of who the others may have been, name-wise, yeah. Because Daddy would be 106 years old if he was still living.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your father would have been 106 years
Yes.
old? Okay. And give me your father's name again so I can remember it.
Sydney Mayle, M-A-Y-L-E. There's a lot of different spellings for Mayle,
And your family spells your
M-A-Y-L-E.
And what was Santoy near? Do you remember?
Renville, Caldwell, down around there.
Okay. And about how many years did he work in the coal mine?
I'm thinking maybe 15 years, you know.
Did your mother tell you or any of your brothers and sisters what it was like being a coal miner's wife?
No, not so much that. It's just when he worked at Burnham Boilers, which was a hard life too. It was a foundry.
What did she tell you about that?
It was a dirty jobs, sandblasting and, you know, shaking out and whatever. And I know he would have to take a shower before he came home. That's how dirty it was, you know. And it was hard. But we lived about 8 miles out of town, and if it snowed or his car was broke down, he walked to work. You know, from being in the country, not always having a vehicle that would go, you know.
Now, when you say you lived outside of town, outside of Zanesville?
Yes,
Okay.
outside of Zanesville.
What did you do there?
Mom was stay-at-home mom, of course, and we just went to school out there and tending the garden. Had to have a garden, you know, for winter, put up for winter. Yeah.
What kind of crops did you raise?
Okay, corn, green beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes, anything. Mom even canned rabbit. Yeah, so we'd have food in the winter time.
Who would go out and hunt?
Daddy and my brothers. I had 6 brothers.
And what would they do? How did they
Rabbit, groundhog, coon, squirrel, whatever was in season. Yeah,
And who taught you how to cook that kind of meat?
Mom did. Because there were quite a few of us, and I was the oldest. I wasn't the oldest girl, but I was the oldest of the 7 under me. So if Mom got sick or had a new baby, then I was the one that did the cooking. Yeah, and it was simple food, you know, like we lived and loved beans, soup beans, and every Sunday it was chicken because we raised them. Chicken, Jello, apple pie, or berry, whichever was in season. Yeah, we had enough food, you know. And Daddy always tried to introduce us to new things, like pineapple, that you bought in the store, not the canned, papaya, and different. He knew. He graduated when he was in the 8th grade and taught school. And Mom was, let's say, she would be 100. She was born in 1906 and Daddy was born in 1900. And he was the oldest in his family. And his mother passed away when he was 18. And he met Mom, and he didn't see her again until he was 26. And his family said, no, you don't want to go with her, said. Daddy was a bachelor, eligible and all, and she was a beautiful woman. So they got together and then lived in Zanesville. You know.
And you said your mother was born what year?
1906.
1906.
Mm-hmm.
You said your father taught school.
Yes, he graduated from the 8th grade, and then he taught school, I assume, down the country somewhere. But he knew whenever we had a science project or something, say for instance about tree leaves, he knew all the trees. And then we were able to pass that on to our kids too. I know I kept my leaf collection for years because I was so in awe knowing he didn't go to college or anything, but then you learn because you wanted to. And he learned a lot. Played 5 different instruments on his own. It was great, you know.
Did he teach us, how did he learn how to play the instruments?
Daddy, I think, was self-taught, especially on saxophone. And guitar, we call it the fiddle, and piano, just, you know, yeah.
Did he pass that ability on to
To a couple of my siblings, yes.
Was there anybody in the family singing?
We all sang. I have a twin sister. We all sang. My brother Keith and Kathy, another set of twins, they sang. And whenever we'd have a birthday party, it was like we didn't need anybody there. There was 5 birthdays in August. We all had fun. Christmas, we didn't know Christmas tree lights until I was married and had left home. And my then new brother-in-law, we went out to take presents to the family. And he said, "Where's the lights on the tree?" Well, sometimes we had carbine lights or lanterns. We didn't have electricity back then in the country. Well, if you weren't poor, exceptionally, there's poor and there's poor. Yeah, we had plenty to eat, but as far as the other things, no. We had soap, a lot of water. You had to carry it from the spring. Yeah.
That's a wonderful story.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I never regretted growing up in a large family. When I was in the large family, I did. because Mom would always say, it's your fault, you're the oldest. You shouldn't have let it happen, you know. But then I turned my twin, Connie, just a couple weeks ago, we said, how did she do it? I had 5 children and Connie had 4, and we just don't know how anyone would raise 14 kids. Yeah.
That was a remarkable thing.
Yes, yes.
At that time, for anybody.
And they were so dedicated to each other. You know, we never seen a lot of show of affection. You know, if we did, we joked about it, but I mean, you know, there had to be some. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of respect for each other.
Oh,
sounds like
a lot. Yeah.
Now, growing up back in the, away from the city, like let's say
Out in the country.
So, and you raised all your vegetables. And,
Yeah, we did.
And the animals, what kind of animals did you have?
One time we had a cow. We always had chickens. A pig at different times, you know. And cow's milk, that was a good thing to have, you know, because you couldn't always get to town. Bread bought from the store. It was a long time before I tasted it. Daddy would go to Nichols Bakery and get day-old bread, like he'd have to get about 8 loaves, you know. And then Mom, it was biscuits, pancakes, all the time.
What was your favorite food to cook?
For me to cook?
Yeah,
Fried chicken, I learned to do it well. We had a lot of it, yeah.
Did you learn to
And
how to
biscuits, pies, I did all that. Yeah, I made my own spaghetti sauce, which Mom did, you know, yeah.
You still do that today?
No, no. I stopped doing that a long time ago. I'm retired, I was a cook for the city schools. Somebody said, and you know the recipes are on large scale, like 20 cups of flour for, let's just say, peanut butter cookies or something, chocolate chip cookies. Hey, they turned out perfect, Carol, how'd you do that? I said, a lot of practice, a lot of family, yeah.
You grew up cooking for a large family, so you
Yeah,
knew large quantities.
yeah, right.
So then carrying water, did you carry water?
In
yourself?
water buckets, yeah.
1 or 2?
No, 1, there was enough of us, and Mom wanted to wash clothes, it was rainwater. And then if we had to carry water or wash clothes, and you didn't have all kinds of clothes, all you had was 2 outfits. And you switched off. You know, there was 8 girls, and older girls were like 2 years apart. So nobody could say, hey, you wore that yesterday, because your sister was wearing it and she was in, you know, lower grade. Yeah, it was fun, really.
So you shared each other's clothes?
We did. There was a few fights over that, but, you know.
What was it like growing up with a lot of brothers
Oh,
and sisters?
yeah.
What did you do?
There was like, hey, we picked berries, we went swimming in the pond, we went climb trees. Well, after you got your work done, you know, if like a typical Saturday was go pick berries at 5:30 in the morning and put them in the ice box, and because we sold them in town, and then you had to do the housework. I mean, I'm not just talking about dusting and sweeping. I'm talking about some of the floors were wooden, you know, sweeping the floors, mopping windows, inside out. We had to do all that before we'd go to town at noon. There was enough of us where we shared the responsibilities, and therefore it wasn't real bad. Yeah.
What kind of stove did you?
Mom had a wood stove and a bottle gas stove. Yeah. And the wood stove, best food you ever tasted. Yeah.
Did you sell any of your vegetables in town, and how did you do that?
Not with 14 in the family. 10 at the time, you didn't sell it. We sold the berries. That's how I could go to town with a bucket of berries, and if we all had a 10-quart bucket of berries, we could sell our berries, and if you babysit a little bit anywhere, one time I made $15 a week babysitting. I could buy a pair of shoes, a skirt, a blouse, and a record that cost 45 cents for $10, and still stop by the teen shop where the kids